a legend in these parts back home. Steve Foley, welcome back to New Orleans, here for the 100th anniversary of Jesuit Holy Cross, as you'll be honored as one of the legends of the game on Friday. Let's start there. Let's talk about this Jesuit Holy Cross rivalry. Obviously, you got a chance to play in it in your time at Jesuit. Talk about your remembrances of going against Holy Cross every year.
Well, I do remember watching them line up when I was a junior, and every Holy Cross guy was about one head taller than our guys. And we lost that game, I believe, 3-0. But my senior year, I got to start at quarterback because Kurt Forshag, nobody was going to beat out Kurt Forshag. And he was a quarterback up until then. But my senior year, we hadn't beat Holy Cross in 5 years. And I remember my two brothers, Mike and Rob, that were playing at Tulane. They came to watch that game, hoping we could beat Holy Cross. They had great teams then, as St. Aug, Holy Cross, and Jesuit all wound up 9-1. That was the famous flip the coin to see who was out that year. And fortunately, we got in the playoffs, but we won 13-7 and broke that 5-year spell of losing. Great teams. Holy Cross played with a bunch of guys from Holy Cross at Tulane, and they were great athletes, and they were a great reason for Tulane's success back then.
So you leave Jesuit, of course, you go to Tulane, and those were great times, as Tulane fans will remember, in the early 70s, having come off that Liberty Bowl team in 70, and of course, everyone immediately talks about December 1st, 1973 against LSU. Your memories of that night?
That night, I think it was the year before that we lost 9-3. I threw a pass, and Bill Huber, our fullback, caught it and was tackled on the 1-foot line, and time expired, and we walked into that locker room that year and said, we got the team that can beat LSU. And next year we shut them out. They didn't score a touchdown on us in 2 seasons, and they were in the top 10 each year. So that was a fantastic night. And one of the reasons that Tulane was had such a highlight year was that we had over 40 guys from the Catholic League and from New Orleans area. And that translated into a lot of fan base and people coming to the games. And by the way, they're doing fantastic this year at 7-1. And I've been able to see one game and keeping up with them. And Coach Fritz is doing a great job. And so it's fun to watch them, doing well again.
So what I was leading to is here it is 50 years later, and Jesuit and Holy Cross are still at it every year. The 100th anniversary of the first meeting coming up on Friday night, and Tulane is back in the top 25. And until last week, you were the last quarterback to start for Tulane as a top 25 team playing on campus. So Tulane went to the Dome and came back. They're back on campus. It's like so many things have come full circle.
Yeah, so many things have come full circle. It's a great stadium. They're getting not a few, but a lot of great athletes, and it's good to see them winning again. And Coach Fritz, I've talked to him at length, and he just seems like a great motivator, and the kids love him. And so I talked to a few of the kids there, and they love having him as a coach. And that's a big deal for kids to like playing for a coach, and it helps you get other athletes.
So, of course, you spent several years with the Denver Broncos, still living in Denver. Talk a little bit about your post-playing career and what went on, and before we lead back to what's going on this weekend.
Well, we did. I came back, my wife and I. Cindy used to be Photo. Phil Photo was a great, he's my father-in-law, and really helped me become a pro athlete because he was always training people in track and what have you. But anyway, go there. We came back after my career was over in Denver, and we stayed a couple of years, but we missed Denver. So we moved back there, raised our kids there. We love it. The Mile High City is just a great place to be from, and it's a great place to live. So we love it.
And now back here this weekend for this 100th anniversary game, what will be your message to these players prior to the game?
Well, it's always a huge rivalry. I played in 150 pro games and 40-something college games, and I still remember my high school football games, especially with Holy Cross. We won 13-7 my senior year. I remember these games like as good as any. Most of the pro games I've forgotten. You know, there's a couple that really stand out, but they kind of blend together. But high school is special. It's just a special time, and this is a big rivalry for them. And the only thing that I can impart to them is that they will remember this game for the rest of their lives, and most of them, especially the seniors. And it's a time to play hard, play all out, leave everything on the field, which I'm sure they're going to do.
It's great to catch up, Steve. All the best and continued success, and enjoy New Orleans this weekend.
Well, Lenny, thank you. It's great, to be with you, and I'm looking forward to addressing the Jesuit football team here soon.